You and Melody had a one-on-one because Tisha, the bone collector, went back and told you the conversation you had with Mel, and you were visibly upset. You did make an accusation that you felt like Melody wants everybody to be a cheater because of what she experienced. Why do you feel that way?
I don't know if it's that she wants people to have cheated, but it's exhausting. It's exhausting.
What's exhausting?
The insinuations.
Over years and years and years of implications and insinuations. Just like in that particular moment that we had the opportunity to talk, I asked her directly, is that what you think? Mm-hmm. Simply because I'm tired of hearing accusations.
There's been rumors that you had lipstick on your collar.
On my collar?
On your clothing the morning of your arrest.
Mm-hmm.
When you were at Black, you was with Kimmi, and allegedly there's a different shade of lipstick that Kimmi had on.
Where is this alleged information coming from, bro?
She said his lips. So was it his lips or his shirt?
I don't know that he was necessarily talking about what I said. I'm not sure what he's talking
about.
I'm
saying.
Hey, babe, this is called alleged.
If you ever found out that Maurice was cheating on Kimmi, would you tell Kimmi?
Probably not.
Because y'all not that type of friend?
To be real with you, Kimmi and I have spent minimal time together. So we're not that type of friend. Are we friends? Yeah. Do I consider Kimmi a good person? Absolutely. But it's not like I grew up with her. Kimmi's older than me. We're just not. So no, I'd probably be like, if somebody came to me and said that, I'd probably say, hey, get out my face. What you telling me for?
Well, I'm going to tell you, if you knew something, I want you to tell me. And I would want you to tell me prior to walking around town implying it.
Can I ask you something? How often have you heard accusations from me about Maurice?
No, and hear me out. This is the thing. You don't say, Kimmi, Maurice cheated. I asked you directly. If it's a thing, it's a thing. Tell me and tell me what you got to say. The little underhanded, like those comments, I'm not cool with them ever.
If you look over the years, you haven't heard me make many comments pertaining to you and Maurice at all, or what Maurice is doing or ain't doing. So whenever I brought up the lips, it was because it was a topic of conversation all over social media after the arrest. It was a big topic of conversation.
They make up
so
stuff
I
on social
asked,
media
and I'm
all
not
the
saying
time.
it wasn't made up. I asked the question. I asked questions. That's different. I asked questions about topics that are big in the media at the moment.
I don't care what is popular on social media.
And that's
there was a whole popular social media about whatever you did to your ass. And we didn't sit down every day and talk about whatever bad butt job you got. Nobody talked about that. You said something about me touching Martell. You need to come to meetings with me and Martell. And I sat there and I'm like, all right, bitch, I got you. You know I don't want to touch that man.
It wasn't really that deep for me, Kimmi. It was a key moment.
My point is, I anticipate key moments. I take them on the chin, but when I give them back, then it's a problem. When you decide that it's reasonable for you to talk about whatever it was you heard, it's okay. But when we talk about what we heard, then we're in trouble. We're in trouble, and we got to have a meeting with Mel.
No. That's not true. How could it have been a situation?
There's a gathering session at least once a year.
You want to have a gathering session.
But why did I say it at first?
We open our hearts, and we apologize, and we do everything else that we're supposed to do. So then when we want to have a conversation, most of my conversation in that moment was, no, I don't want to talk about that.
And
you didn't want to talk about it? I don't want to talk about it.
And guess
I just want to talk about it no more.
Eventually we talked about it. But at first, let's rewind it. At first, the reason why I said that is because you had made it clear to me that when it came to his ongoing case, you didn't really want to have discussion surrounding that. So I said, again, trying to respect, I said, I ain't talking about that.
I think she will use that against Melody. She'll probably curse Melody out. So she will not believe anything Melody said. Because like she said, she thinks that Melody wants, since her situation did not work out, Melody wants everybody to fail. So if Melody comes and tells you she saw Maurice, or this is, she will not believe it. She would think Melody wants her relationship to fail. So she would attack Mel. Someone said, someone must have told Kimmi she had to clock in this reunion. Nell laughing a little too hard. Okay, says when Kimmi now know that after that scene, you and Mel had a 20-minute conversation because Mel came on her live and she said that The only reason she brought up the information was because the producer, one of the producers, came to her and said, "This is what's going on in the blogs. Please ask Kimmy about it. You know, everybody is saying they saw red lipsticks on his lips, they saw red lipsticks on his collar. Go ahead and ask him." She did that, and she's been attacked. Kimmy gives off this aura of her being a bulldozer. It's like she stands up for herself. That's not a bad thing, right? She's defending her marriage. She's defending her husband. That's not a bad thing. But I've never heard in the blogs about Melody having a bad or having a butt job. So I don't know what blog she was talking about, because I know if that was in the blogs, that would have been on YouTube. A lot of people would have been talking about it. A lot of people would have been giving their opinions about it. And I have not seen that. So I don't recall that being ever in the blogs. Okay, someone else says Maurice is cheating, Kimmy knows, and ain't leaving. What else on the docket today? Yes, like I said before, Kimmy was a part of that threesome, like she does women and men. In the first few seasons, that was her kind of a thing. Her and who else? Her and I keep forgetting Destiny. They get off that they do threesomes. So threesomes. What else are people saying? That was supposed to be Kimmy Eaton. Oh, she resorted to personal attacks instead of staying on task. Y'all, way too easily impressed. Yeah, that wasn't really anything with the butt job. Melody just ignored her. Because Melody is explaining why she actually asked her that question. She just asked the question. They're trying to say Melody put it out. No, Melody asked a question that came from the blogs, came from the producer. They wanted to find out. They wanted the audience wanted. Just only thing they had to do was say no. That's not true. That's it. The problem is Melody don't take accountability for shit. That's what someone is saying. You went telling everybody that would listen about lipstick on collar. Then, when her and Kimmy sat down, now she want to be quiet as church mouse. I'm with Kimmy. If you got something to say that ish to my face. Someone else said Kimmy got made Connor's line of questioning and took her frustration out on Mel. Nobody actually cares what the F Maurice really got going on. Yeah, no one really cares. Okay, they wanted something for the show. They wanted a little bit of meat for the show. They wanted something for the show. Give us something. They weren't given anything, and that is why Melody was asked to ask them the question to make it juicy. And they're taking it way out of proportion, way out of context, way. You know, he could have said that was a lipstick. That was a lipstick, or they could have told her mind her own business. That's not for you to know. It's between me and my husband. Mind your business. They could have told her that. And like she said, when Kimmy did not want to talk about it, she quit. She stopped asking questions. She didn't go any further with it. So that is that scene. Moving on to the next.